My days, what's going on, Donnies and Donettes? You know it's another week, so we had to come back with another brand new episode of the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast. Yes! Guys, guess what? Do you not, don't even, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? We've made it to our first year, guys. Our first year. Our first year. The actual anniversary is on the 5th of April. But anyway, it's our one whole year. I should have had like those, when those little fun things, like a little, and a little, and a little hat, and all these fun things, but things cost stuff, and we haven't got a lot of money in the kitty, so we couldn't do those things. But I can talk about them to sort of dream about them for next year. We can have like a little popper and a little whatever you call those things, and a little party hat. But I looked in the bank account, guys, and it said it just said happy anniversary. Is there anything in there? A couple butterflies, but that's all going to change. Don't worry. That's all going to change. Guys, man, we have made it to our first year, and this is an annual. I didn't even know we'd even make it this far, but we've made it this far, and we've done so much in 12 months. Let's recap. Roll the intro. Let's do it. One whole year of podcasting. Guys, this has been a new journey for me, and I've met so many new people along this journey, and I'm rocking with you every single week, man. You're dedicated, so am I. You're showing up every week, so am I. I've got your ears and eyes, and I'm giving you the knowledge, and hopefully we're leveling up. I don't even know, hopefully. I know we are. I've been seeing it across social, TikTok, Facebook, when I'm talking to people, things that I hear, wedding industry conversations. The game is changing. We haven't changed it yet. It's emotion, but damn, is it changing? I'm gassed. And it has been one solid year of leveling up. Look at what we've done in a year, guys. In 1 year. Look at the things that's happened. Even for me, I had to, sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you guys, yeah? I'm going to be honest. There's sometimes I've had multiple, it happens to me every couple of weeks or so, where I'm like, what am I doing? And I've told you guys this before. I'll be transparent in this podcast. I'll tell you the real. And there's times that I'm like, man, this is dead, man. It's a lot. It's a lot of work keeping this podcast up and running every single week, making sure we've got good guests every single week, great conversations, things to keep you coming back. I'm not trying to do the dead podcast. And I listen to my own podcast, guys. Believe it. I listen to my own podcast. Sometimes I'm in the car like, yeah, this is a good podcast, because I'm listening to it as a listener. I'm being a listener. I'm trying to take myself out of it. I'm listening to conversations. I'm listening to the guests and the things that we have coming on and all the different things that we're doing. And I'm just there listening to it. And certain times I'm like, this is a sick podcast. And I got to say to myself, no, it's my podcast. Wow. But first of all, I want to start by saying thank you, man. Thank you. If you wasn't here every single week, or when you do tap into the podcast, this would have stopped a while ago. I'm going to be totally honest. This would have stopped a while ago. If the numbers didn't show me that this is making sense, then there is no point, because it's a lot of work, but it's worth it, especially when I'm seeing the change within the industry, which is helping all of us. All of us. We're winning, we're striving, we're succeeding. Businesses are getting better. People are becoming full-time. People are investing in themselves. We got so much changes happening, and this is just the start. But anyway, let's chop some stuff up. So I remember when I made the first announcement on Instagram, where I was just trying to grow and see if the interest was there. It was early days, and there's some people, names that have been there from day one. When I mean day one, I mean before anything was even up. I was just talking concept. I remember when I put the idea out on TikTok, and I was like, look, man, we're going to be doing this thing. I'm not really sure. And, who's on it? And there was a couple people in the comments, and I was asking about, should we do it clean? Should we do it dirty? What day we should do it? I was just trying to get some inspiration and see if there was any legs in it. And it was a TikTok community that started this. Because some of you guys know, and you go way back, this idea all came from a TikTok live that I used to do, which was called the 247 Download Show. And it used to just be similar to what I do now, but I did it live. And I was just talking about things that I think need to change, just some of my ideas. I used to have guests on, and there used to be lots of community people in the comments, and we'll just be talking about stuff. And it always used to be a show that was only meant to be half an hour to 45 minutes. And every single time it was 2 hours. It was 2 hours long. And then I was a point, I was like, nah, man, this is going to waste. I used to try try and do screen records for like 2 hours and then upload it to YouTube, but all of that didn't really work. And then I was like, this ain't really working. This ain't really working, you know? I know it could be more, I know it could be better, but at the time I just wanted to do something. And the TikTok live was what actually started all of this. And some of you OGs will know. You remember a couple episodes of the 247 Download Show. If I've got a little clip, let me just drop a little clip here. If you've never seen it, this is it, man. In the room, I'm not going to be in the room. Shout out to everyone that's quickly jumping on the live. This is the 247 Download Show each and every Wednesday. I mean. And we be talking about DJ stuff to raise your DJ profile, man. In my opinion, DJs need to be making spondoolies. Man can't be out here DJ and, he can't be broke. But that will happen if you're not doing certain things. So the whole reason of this show is that we're going to try and keep people engaged and keep people here so they can learn how to up there. People want to make more spondoolies. Everybody want to make more spondoolies. And if you're a DJ, this is the place that you need to be each and every Wednesday. The 247 Download Show. Mean cheese on bread. And for those that remember, that used to happen every single Wednesday. It was Wednesday at 10 p.m. Was it 10 p.m. or was it 9 p.m.? I can't fully remember. But it used to happen every single week. And if you look at the similarities to now, Wednesday, just so you guys know the real, once again, transparency, Wednesday is my podcast day. So Wednesday is when I do everything podcast. It's research, it's editing, it's downloading, it's uploading, it's shorts, reels, segments. All the stuff happens on Tuesdays. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes it spills out into Tuesday and Thursday, which isn't really good for my discipline, but things have to happen. I've got goals to reach and targets to reach, and I'm by myself. So I've got to try and make me times myself into 10. How I do it, I don't know. It's crazy. But we make it happen. We make it happen. But that's where it's all started, man, from TikTok. And then I said to myself, we have to do something a little bit better. And therefore, the idea of the podcast came about because I thought podcast was the best way to be on multiple platforms. So I could be on YouTube with the full podcast video. I could be on Spotify with the podcast video and doing clips also on Spotify. And then obviously we can do shorts on YouTube and we can do reels on Instagram and we can do reels on TikTok as well. So it was the best place to have one piece of content and be able to chop it out so we can reach the masses is what I'm trying to do. So then I thought that was the best option. And therefore, the podcast was born, Mobile DJ Mastery, because we are mastering the mobile DJ industry. That's what we're doing. We're all becoming masters in the mobile DJ space because it's not easy and this is business. And the main thing about mobile DJing is that it's the business aspect. I focus on the business aspect. So a lot of us now to DJ, we got keys, we got different styles of beat matching, not beat matching, syncing. When it comes to the performance, that's not something I'm here to tell people or advise what to do. You do what you do. It's the art form. The art form of DJing is what you do. And I don't think it's right to be telling people how to do it. The only thing I do say is that you must beat match, because if you're not beat matching, that's dead. But anyway, other than that, how you do your thing, if you've got your floor running and you're getting recommendations, it means that you're doing something good. And who am I to tell people what's right, what's wrong? There could be something brand new that comes in and it's only because you don't tell people. That's why you don't tell people how to do their art. But in terms of the business, that's where 90% of people fail. That is where people fail. So I was like, how can we get lots of minds together? I'll give out all my knowledge, get other people to share their knowledge, and hopefully in the long run, people can run business better, which means that they can use their craft to do more things, whether they want to leave their day job, whether they want to do full time, whether they want to charge 100 grand, 5 grand, 500 pounds, whatever it is they want to do. Let's pull it out in the open and let's see what happens over the next couple of years. So here we are, man, and we're doing bits, and we've reached our first year. Cheese! Big shout out to everyone that started on the Instagram. Remember when I done the call to arms and you guys descended, man, and we did a giveaway where we gave away the Alpha Theta wireless headphones to the winner, and that winner was Leroy Costell, man. Leroy, you're a G. You've been there from day one, my guy. Ratings to you. And now on Instagram, we're not doing too bad at 1,300 followers, and it is growing steady but surely, and that's what I like about it. It's nothing that's going to rock it and take over and go crazy, but the numbers are making sense, and we're growing with a nice consistency, and it's working. So big up everyone that's on the Instagram. I hope you enjoy those reels, because boy, it takes ages editing those things, putting in the hashtags, putting in the captions, and making sure we've got a minimum of 3 to 5 posts every single week, without fail. It's hard. I'm on my own. But anyway, that's going to change in the future, hopefully. Anyway, hopefully. Then we got TikTok. Now, TikTok's moving much more slow, because I even knew when it came to TikTok, podcast is not where... on all the other platforms, podcast is the weakest performer is on TikTok. Now, I knew that, but it didn't stop me. I said to myself, I'm still going to use TikTok. It's still a platform. There's a community on there that I definitely grew. So I started another account, made a mobile DJ mastery, and then we pushed the reels out on TikTok. Now, there's not lots and lots and lots of people on there, but I still know there's people on there that have found the podcast through TikTok. So that's enough for me to keep going. It's a graft. Damn, it's a graft, but we keep going. And then we get to the meat and bones, and then we are going to talk about Apple Podcasts, man. That is where the audio version of this podcast lives. And that's where I find we've got a real wide audience there in terms of demographic and where people are listening from. It's insane, all the different cities and countries that we're in. I don't even go through it, but when I go through the stats every now and then, I'm thinking, really? You see the map start to change colors. It's got different colors. That the more darker, the more concentrated people you have, the more lighter it is. But then what I'm seeing is that when we first started, it was just in the UK, and then you're seeing it dot around. We've got quite a bit in Australia or in China or in New York. America is like glowing in different areas, and you're just seeing different parts getting darker and darker. So it is growing. Podcasting is not easy. It does take time, but I'm seeing those things growing. Those little stats let me know we're on the right path. We're on the right trajectory. The main thing is to keep going. It's difficult, but we just got to keep pushing, keep knocking them doors. We're changing the game bit by bit. Don't worry, 2-4. We're changing the game bit by bit. Big shout out to all my Spotify listeners. Hell, we've got a nice community on Spotify, man. I remember when there was no comments coming in, and now we've got the comments coming through. You lot are showing up on there as well, because I know that everyone's got their choice of where they listen, whether it's going to be Apple or where it's going to be Spotify. But also, one of the main powerhouses, I have to say, is the place that I love the most is YouTube. The reason why I love YouTube the most is because you can see metrics. There's something about me. I always like to see metrics. I never hide metrics. I never try to boost views or do anything like that. It is what it is. It is what it is. And that's just what it is. And that's the reason why I like YouTube, because you can actually see growth. Outsiders can see what's going on. And that's the thing when it comes to Spotify and when it comes to Apple, you can't see the plays. I can see the things backstage in terms of the analytics. But what I love about YouTube is very transparent, and you can see exactly what's happening on there. So I thought, as we've approached the first year anniversary of the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast, instead of putting in comments and saying congratulations on your first year, which I love and that's all amazing, I would like a present, guys. And it's an easy present. It's a free present. It's not much. All I'm going to ask you to do, if you haven't done so already, is to subscribe on the YouTube. As I mentioned, we have visual metrics on there which help lots of things, and for people to kind of see what is actually going on in the podcast, who's interested and who is liking and listening. Now, what I love is the other day we got our first 1,000 views on an episode. And guys, I know that number may seem small, but when you start really checking out some of the podcasts that are out there, I don't look at it as competition, but I like to look into the market and see what other people are doing. There are some podcasts that have lots more than I do. I'm just in my room, guys. This is nothing major, bro. I'm in the corner of my living room, just doing this in the corner with this light and this basic microphone and this camera and this little light. This is the simplest podcast, and I had to make it cost effective when I started this. I didn't have no money to put into it, and I didn't want to take money out of businesses to fund this. And I remember someone saying, bro, if you give the good value, you don't need all of that stuff. And we're going to get there, and I want to take it to bigger places. But right now, humble beginnings is where it's at. I started with a £250 budget on this, and we haven't invested much. It's all kind of been the same. So yeah, man, humble beginnings. But my present that I would love from you guys, if you haven't done so already, like I mentioned before, is to subscribe to the YouTube, because now what I'm seeing is that we have a core listenership of between 600 to 1,200 listeners on YouTube, and that's just on YouTube. That's not even counting in Spotify or Apple Music. But like I mentioned before, it's the only place where you can see metrics, see numbers, see likes, see comments, see the whole thing, see the real community. And that's the reason why I love YouTube, because there's no gatekeeping. It's all clear as day. So if you haven't already, subscribing to the YouTube will be the best present you can give. So I'm going to ask, and I don't ask a lot. I think I've asked one time. I know a lot of you listen to this podcast while you're on drives to the weddings, to the parties, to the events, while you've got that clear space. If you're driving, I'm going to ask now if we could pull over. And I know it's a lot to ask, but if you don't ask, you don't get. Could you pull over? Because if you don't, If you're like me, you won't, even though you've got the intentions to, and you know you want to, you're not gonna remember. You're not going to, and you're like, oh man, I should subscribe, and I should, but I just haven't subscribed. Especially if you're listening to this on Spotify, because if you're on Spotify, you're probably already following. But it's like I said, we need the metrics to be public. It's the public metrics that make things make sense. So if you could head over to your YouTube, write in mobile DJ mastery into your search bar, the page will come up, and just press that subscribe button. It would mean the world. Trust me, that will be the best present you can give me for the 1 year anniversary, yeah. For all those that don't have YouTube, which is, I don't know who doesn't, because YouTube is free and it's a great source for lots of different things. But if you don't have YouTube, or you want to make the present even more stronger, an Apple podcast review. An Apple podcast review, some people think is small, but it's big. It helps in a lot of ways. Once again, it's about social proof. Guys, I'm going to be true. What we need more is social proof. We need proof, public metrics that people can see, so they can see what I see. I see a lot of the stuff in the back, and it's what keeps me motivated to show up every single week, to put in work and hours every single week since I started this podcast a year ago. And it's been relentless. There's been many times where I've wanted to hang in the towel, and I'm not playing when I say this. It's no joke. It is no joke. And I do this on my own. There's not another person putting in any work. This podcast currently makes zilch, guys. It makes nothing. So where it makes nothing, there's no budget to pay anyone to help. It's impossible. But I know I need this year, that needs to change, because I'm going to be transparent with you lot. It's not feasible. It is not feasible to currently keep this podcast running for another year. It's not feasible. So this is the reason why I'm doing this, and I'm saying to you guys, for the present, for the year, to keep it going for sure, we need public things to be seen, for people to come in to support, because they can't see what I can see. If I send them the screenshots, they think it's fumbled numbers, and that's the reason why I like the non-gatekeeping of full transparency, so they can see reviews on Apple and also subscribers, which seems to be the most important metric, even though I'm like, look at the likes, look at the comments, look at the plays. But they're like, no, the subscribers shows loyalty. So if this podcast has done anything for you in that time, please, 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 it will be a fantastic present for the podcast and also for the community to keep it going, because there's not a lot of people doing what I'm doing and investing the amount of time that I'm investing. And to keep it going, we need these things, because we're going to need a supporter. We're going to need someone to come in and help this financially, so there can be an editor, so there can be someone that does reels, so there can be a small team of people to keep this going, because sustainability by myself is becoming humanly impossible. The amount of sacrifices I've made this year to keep this going, it's not something I'm willing to do for another year. So with transparency, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. And this is to keep it so we can make it into year 2. And some of the simple ways we can do that is by subscribing and reviewing the podcast. I've left both the links in the description. So if you're on Spotify, there is the link for the YouTube. If you're on YouTube, there's the link for the Apple Podcast review. If you're on Apple Podcast, there's the link for the YouTube as well. So wherever you are, you can just go into the description of this video, and I've put all the links in there so you can find a way to give your little present. And also in your review, be honest. I'm not here like, make sure you guess it up and give it 5 stars. If you think it doesn't deserve 5 stars, write that in the comments. Write it and say the reason why, and be real in there. Be honest in there. You don't have to just be like, 5 stars, it's the best podcast ever. If you think it's a 3 star, you write 3 stars, but make sure you say the reasons why. Just say the reasons why. And also, if you think it is a 5 star, put it a 5 star. If it's helped you in your business, the more detailed the story, guys, the more detailed the explanation, the better it is for the supporters to look at that and say, should we help this guy keep this podcast going? Because I can't do it by myself anymore. I can't do it. People that have been sponsoring again, I need to big you guys up, man. My Patreoners, oh my days. Patreon, guys, Get ready for the shout out list because you know it's coming. It has to be done every now and then because I can't forget you. You guys are the only people that are putting little coins into that piggy bank there. But I'm not going to lie, the piggy bank is small. It's not massive. It's nothing that can, even with what's there now, it can't currently do anything. Let me tell you honestly, what I'm waiting for is enough to buy a better camera. I'm using a webcam. Guys, I'm using a webcam. What's it called? It's called an E-Meet. 4K something. It's not great. Certain times on the reels, you'll see it's pixelated. The zoom goes in and out. It's not great. It's not great. I need to upgrade, but like I said, I started on a budget and I wasn't going to throw money at this. So I'm waiting for, what have we got now? I think we've got, this episode, I'm being honest. If anyone's going to listen to this one, because they can tell there's no guess, there's no excitement. I'm just giving you raw stuff about how we've made it to a year and you're going to get some realism. On the Patreon, we've got $244. And I want a new cam. It's a Sony cam. And I think it's about £880. So dollars, if I got it into pounds, we've probably got £180. So we've got quite a long way until we make it to get that camera, because we need a better camera. This camera is not great. It's not. It said it was great on the reviews. It's okay. Like, it's better than just a laptop camera, but it's just a webcam. It's not a serious thing. So the Patreon people are putting into that every single month, and they're helping to do that. So let's give the shout out to the patrons, because you guys are the only people that are helping so far. Let's give you a lot of shout out because you deserve it, man. Big shout out to Jack Mack. Hey, Jack Mack, my guy, bro. I'm seeing you go, bro. I'm watching you grow. I'm watching you grow on the Insta. I'm seeing the bookings are coming in for you, bro. You're doing the tips and tricks on your page. Talking heads, which you guys know I'm big on. Jack Mack's out there doing the talking head. So Jack, and you're sponsoring the podcast, bruv. Big up you on my Patreon. You're a legend. Joshua Smith, bruv. I see you, bruv. You're on your 30-day challenge, bruv. You're on your 30-day challenge, bro. I see you with the shirts. I just keep doing your thing, bruv. I'm loving watching your growth, and I know you're going to smash it, bro. Respect for supporting on the Patreon. DJ Billy M, bro, you've been there, you're still sporting, and I love that, bruv. Keep up the good work, and thank you so much for sponsoring, man. You're one of the only ones, and I rate that. Chris Ben, Chris Ben is such a good guy. You guys know, because I know we're seeing the communities growing online. Big shout out to Chris Ben. Bro, whenever this barbecue's happening, I'm there. I know it's going to be a great day. I'm seeing the weather's picking up now. So when that happens, just make sure I got my little rum drink and my space. I'll bring some jerk chicken. I'll bring some ready seasoned chicken so we can slap it on the grill. But anyway, Chris, big up you. Thank you for supporting on the Patreon, my guy. Cy Bailey, guy, I remember when you landed into the Patreon, I was like, yes, we got another supporter. They're going to help get this camera, which is going to take a long time. But it's all good. Slow is better than no. So we're going to keep going. Big up you, Simon. Respect for sponsoring on the Patreon. Luke Stilo, one of the youngest guys part of the community, bro. You was at the Humpter thing. You done your thing. Remember we spoke about it on the call? Hey, Luke, bruv. Anyway, I don't want to talk too long, but Luke, you're a legend. I love seeing what you're doing. Love your growth. Love the talking heads in the car. You're doing your thing. For a young guy, I wish I was on your level when I was your age. I wasn't serious, but it's great to have you on the Patreon supporting the podcast. Big up you. DJ Safari Phil, bro. One thing about you, yeah, I love your style. I keep saying that. I'm going to keep saying it again. Love your style. You stand out in the room. Never change. Don't ever wear dull stuff. Don't become boring. Stay like you, bruv. Love your energy. Love the voice stuff that we do on Instagram as well. And big up you. And thank you again for sponsoring on the Patreon, my guy. Oi, Ben Last. Oi, big up Ben Last. Oi, do you know what I like about you, bro, yeah? You found this podcast when, I remember we was talking at Level Up Live, and you was like, yeah, you just searched for a DJ podcast and stumbled across Mo by DJ Mastery, started listening to the episodes, then came over to the Instagram, followed, and now you've become a Patreon? Bro, that journey for me is wholesome, it's solid. I love that. I'm going to see you again at Level Up Live. Oi, Ben Last, big up you, my guy. And thank you for supporting on the Patreon. Dane Fox, bruv, you've been killing it on social. You've been letting the socials have it. 360s, content creator, photos, carousels. Look at it, bruv. Big up you, and you're showing your personality and your DJ style on your page, which is exactly what the Instagram's about. People can come to your page and see if you're the guy for them or not. No hiding, no palaver. You're putting it out there, and big up you, and I hope that you're seeing the benefits on that. My guy, thank you for sponsoring on the Patreon. Last but not least, and I've done it in time order, so the first name is the last subscriber, and this one is the first subscriber, which is one of the first sponsors of the podcast. What the fuck? For anything. Leroy Costello, bruv. Anyway, I'll get emotional if I talk for too long. But Leroy, thank you for being you, my guy. Your genuineness, your realness, you've come to everything, you sponsor everything, bro. You share everything. And you are, I've said this to you before. You're a community leader, bruv. Like, you set a precedent, bruv. And I respect it, and a lot of people see it, bruv. And yeah, just so you know, Rum Festival, I'm getting my ticket ASAP, bruv. We need to catch up more. I need to drink more and everything there. But anyway, thank you, bruv, for sponsoring on the Patreon, man. Say no more. And if you would like to sponsor on the Patreon for a meager small price of £1.25 every single week, that's what it is to sponsor the podcast. It's like £1.25 an episode. Giving gems for £1.25? I think it makes sense. And the more people we have, the faster it will be to get the camera. And I'm going to be transparent. This isn't a thing where I'm like, there's no point. If I tried to take a salary out of the Patreon, it would be, nah. So I said, why not let the community fund the things that I feel it needs? And it does need a camera. This camera is a webcam and it's not good enough. And as soon as we get to that 800 mark, you will see it on Instagram, the money coming out and going straight to one of those there shop. I'll find the best deal I can, or I might even get it before that with a second-hand one, which is probably going to be the smarter option. So if I go for like instead of 800, because I'll be waiting too long, why not do a 500 and then do a second-hand one? Do you know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, because like I said, this is a community podcast. What do you guys think? Should I go for a second-hand one to make it quicker? Because that's just come to my brain, and I think that makes sense. Because why? Like, I love brand new. Everyone does, but we're trying to make something here. We're trying to keep something going here, and we might have to go for a second-hand option. Go to like Back Market or somewhere decent that's got decent warranty and them stuff. Yeah, let us know in the comments. Should I get a second-hand or brand new camera? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. So as we're here talking about Patreon, I need to let you know about some changes that will be happening to Patreon. So for all of those that are on the $5.50 monthly sponsor, that is not going to change, and that will continue running. And that's the podcast sponsorship, keeping the things on and helping with hopefully getting a camera and some other bits to upgrade the show, man, because it's needed, because it's not easy. But we are going to be introducing a new tier, which is going to be £15 a month. But what you will be getting for that £15 a month is that you will be getting bonus content. You'll be getting monthly playlists from myself and guests that we have on the show. You'll also get access to some unreleased content that will not be on any YouTube, any Spotify, and it will only be for the Patreoners. You'll also be getting short breakdown videos of Instagram and showing you exactly how to do things like how to understand your metrics. With those videos will be coming out in the next few weeks. So that tier will be starting from next week. And also for all the names that I just mentioned that are already on the Patreon, you will have access to all of that content for the first 4 weeks to see if it's something that you want to jump on or if you want to still stay in the tier. And I'm happy either way, wherever you want to be. I'm just trying to add more value to try and get more back to make it make sense. Guys, I'm just trying to make this make sense because I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop. Honest, guys, the missus, yeah, hey, listen, if it was up to the missus 6 months ago, I would have kicked this in the teeth. But I'm fighting back. But I need an argument because right now I look like an idiot. She's like, "Why are you doing this? Like, you're doing all this. What are you getting?" And yeah, you guys, you get it, and so do I. But I can't, I can't just keep doing this. It has to change. So if you want to help, if you want to support, I've put the things there that are available. Links in the description. We'll see what happens. Cheers. Let's look at some more successes for this year. And one of the biggest ones, actually not even one of the biggest one, is Level Up Live. Guys, man, Level Up Live was a Disney dream for myself, man. Like, I remember thinking to myself, okay, we're going to do this event. We're going to do this thing. We're going to bring some education. And it was just a myth. It was an idea myth, very similar to the podcast. And I know, like I said, you guys know, I say this all the time. And that's what I love is what things I'm going to say. None of you lot have heard this before. This changing the industry is a massive task. And I know it's going to take a long time. And the podcast is going to be the main catalyst of all of it because it's accessible to everyone. It's on every platform. I'm even in 5 different languages, guys. You've seen some of those videos that I put up on Instagram. The podcast gets translated. Like, it gets translated. I've got this new thing on YouTube that I've got to pay for as well, but it translates it to more languages. I can only pay for the languages that I see those colors on the map. So I'm like Indian, we are translating India, we are translating Spanish, we're translating Hindu, we're translating Portuguese. Those are the main kind of places that I see, and obviously France as well. That one comes free because it's European. But I'm trying to make it accessible to as much people as possible. But one of the main ones to change the game, especially here in the UK, is the Level Up Live event. We have already started to make plans for 2027. And the same way we are encouraging others to level up, we level up too. We level up the event. I level up myself. So does Dan. So does Mike. We continue to push each other to make sure we're doing fantastic in our businesses. And also we can give that same value back into the community. So Level Up Live was a massive success this year, guys. When I mean massive, like the feedback you guys had, you guys all showing up, like the space, like everything, the live podcast, that was a monumental moment for myself. Like watching the podcast back in my living room, the smile I had on my face, I was like, look at this, man. Look at what's been created. Like it's sick. I still can't put it into words how when I look back at the videos and stuff of that event, it's crazy. And we're going again next year, 2-day, practical and theory. Oh my days, guys. I've got a speaker that we've already confirmed that I can't mention for 6 months. Imagine that. We've already got a headliner. And I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want to kill the fun, but we've already got a headliner confirmed, and game changer, monumental in the industry, and is going to do 2 sessions for us, like educational sessions, theory and practical. Sick. Anyhow, this year was amazing for Level Up Live, and Level Up Live is going to continue for next year, 2027. 2-day special. It's going to be absolutely sick. More networking, more bringing the community together and putting faces to names. It's really, really, really what changed it. So I'm glad, and I hope you are glad for Level Up Live. If you never made it this year, tickets are available right now. You can get the super early birds if you head into the link of the description on the Mobile DJ Mastery website, which is the mobiledjmastery.com. Now let's look at things that you can look forward to this year. Guys, I've got big plans as always. We're always about leveling up, always about improving, always about getting better. And we are going to be changing some of the guests that you are going to be experiencing. Just to open your mind a little bit, we've got guests coming up soon, as in wedding planners. Yes, wedding planners are coming to the podcast to get into the meat and bones about how you can work with wedding planners. If you want to level up and you want to be working on more international gigs and things of that nature, being in touch with a wedding planner or having a wedding planner on your side can make your job so much more easier, because they can speak for you when they're talking to people that can be recommended straight to your business. And also you can build a much more of a team and a repertoire, and having a wedding planner or 2 on your side can be amazing. But as we all know, the question's always how? How does one be connected or align with a wedding planner? So guess what? I've got not only 1, 2 locked in already on the Mobile DJ Mastery podcast to talk about how their origin story, why they got into it, but more importantly, how do people like ourselves get in touch with people like these people, so these kind of things can happen for us more. Wedding planners, coming soon. Another big one that I'm truly looking forward to is tax advisors. Guys, the world of tax is absolutely insane. Things are changing every single day. The other day, the government put out a new legislation which is changing things for dividends and how you pay yourself, and PAYE and tax allowance and all these crazy things that is hard enough. The business is hard enough for us to work on, and being up to date on that is so crucial in making good financial moves. Like I said, it's all about business. So we've got tax advisors coming on the podcast to talk everything tax. Now, it might be boring, but it's important. So I've tried to make sure we've got someone fun and engaging, so to uplift this subject and get a few things into our heads so we can make better decisions. Cheese on bread, coming soon. Accountants. We've got accountants coming to the podcast to talk about how to get accountants, what to look for, major keys that people have when starting businesses, some of the big L's that people have when they register their company. Because guys, we all make mistakes, but the sad thing about business, when you make too many mistakes, you pay for it heftily. So if there's ways or styles that we can work with others that can give us insights, tips and tricks on things to watch out for, things to look for, or a couple of DIY things that we can do ourselves, we got accountants coming to the show, man, to talk about those things. So, and don't worry, if you're on the Patreon, you're going to be able to put in questions about these things ASAP. So I can give you an advance, say, let you know, tax advisors coming on in 3 weeks. I want some questions, and you guys can throw in, and I will pick the best ones and present them on the show so we can learn as a unit, as a team, as an industry, as a family. We can learn and find out how we can be more tax efficient, because it's going to help us make more Moulin Rouge. You know what I'm saying? We've also got venue managers coming to the podcast to talk about how to become a recommended supplier. Guys, we've got to find ways to make this business work. Recommended supplier, what the do's and don'ts, and we're going to go for 2 different ones. So we're going to get a vision from this side, who's a female who runs an event company. I think she doesn't want to talk about the venue she works for because she was saying it might be a bit technical, so her episode might be a bit strange. I was going to the thing of blurring her face out because I don't think she wants to be on, and she doesn't want to maybe say her name. But anyway, she's happy to share, but she was like, it might be a bit technical. So that's her one. And then I've got another guy who runs a venue, and he's like, look, it's his venue. He doesn't care. He's going to say his piece. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to have 2 different people from 2 different walks of the pond to talk about things like recommended suppliers and the things, the do's and don'ts, what venues think. So we can see how we are visualized, how people see and think about us from a venue standpoint, which I think is major keys, guys. Absolute major keys. So make sure you stick around for all of that juicy stuff, which is to come for this year, 2026, and rolling into 2027 for our 2nd year. Lots of leveling up, lots of business stuff, lots of improving and getting better in multiple ways. So stick around for that, because it's going to be worth it. Anyway, guys, make sure you head into the link in the descriptions to leave your review for the present, for the podcast, for the annual year, the 1st year of this podcast, to keep it going. We need things to be visual so the supporters can see what I see, and they can see the reviews that you guys leave, and also they can see the subscribers growing and showing up, which then shows them that I have the loyal base, which I know I do, but they need to see it on a public forum too, because it can also help make better decisions, which in the future will help this be not just me, because it's not sustainable. The current model is not sustainable. The only way that it will be sustainable is if I stop doing shorts, stop doing reels, stop doing social, but then it stops the growth and just focus on the YouTube alone. I think that will be the only way it's sustainable. And then I'm just releasing a video every week, and that's it, which I don't like the sounds of, but that's the only way time-wise it's sustainable. Other than that, it's not sustainable. So in my mind, the podcast will never die. It just might slow down, which will slow everything else down. And it's not something that I want to do. I want this to grow. I want this to be bigger. I want it to be better also with the events and everything else that we got going on. And it's going to take all of us. It's a community-led thing. It's a community-based thing. It's not a me thing. It's a we thing. So I need your help. This is the reason why I'm doing this episode. I need your help. So any help that you could do will be much, much appreciated, and it will be seen and it won't be forgotten, because this isn't possible. This is only possible for the things that you help this do. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We've got more bangers coming up this week, guys. I'm telling you, you know already, man. You know we've got lots of great things happening. I've got amazing ideas in this head to keep this thing going. And it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of extra stuff coming up. But that is only possible if you guys make it with me. So anyway, I'm going to say peace and love. We're going to catch you same time, same place next week for more gems on the Mobile DJ Mastery podcast. Yes. Go and smash those gigs, and I'll catch you next week. Peace.